are KCPS.
Thank you. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the 2018 Kansas City Public Schools Teacher of the Year Banquet and Ceremony. We are absolutely thrilled to have all of you here tonight, and as you will see in our program, we have a fun but definitely full evening, so we were asking everyone to kind of take their seats as quickly as possible so we can get started. As you can see on your tables and on your program, our theme for tonight is Architects for Success. We chose this theme because it reflects the hard work, the detail, the intentionality, the focus, and the teamwork that happens every single day in our classrooms. As public educators, we open our doors and our arms to school-age children, regardless of their circumstances, and we construct a scaffold that will allow them to ascend to a firm foundation. As a school system, we strengthen, link, and develop our neighborhoods and communities. Working together, we can build a bright future for the students of Kansas City Public Schools. And thank you for being a part of that great project and for helping us celebrate some of the individuals who are making it a reality. Please note that in the center of your tables, you will see at least one blue gift bag that is for the Teacher of the Year nominees. It's just a little token of our esteem and appreciation for each of you. We hope these small items help you to continue to build great futures for our students. Our first order of business tonight will be dinner, which I know some of you may be happy about. So we're going to take just a few moments and we'll have a meal, enjoy the company, and we'll reconvene in about 25 minutes. Thank you. Ceremony. This event is designed to honor the teachers and principals doing exemplary work across KCPS. It's important that we make clear that KCPS deeply values and honors all of our educators. Every teacher, instructional coach, facilitator, and coordinator, every principal, vice principal, and assistant principal does important work every single day that helps our students progress towards achieving their college and/or career goals. We have a great team in Kansas City. The individuals we are honoring tonight represent the best of the best. In a school system with about 2,500 employees, selecting tonight's award recipients was a big job. And I want to take just a minute to recognize a few people who made that happen. The Teacher of the Year and Principal of the Year Committee took responsibility for reviewing and scoring all of the nomination packets submitted for the Teachers of the Year. The committee members who are present should please stand as I call your name. KCPS News and Information Manager, Ray Weichel. The KCPS Education Foundation Director, me, she, me, her. Partnership and Community Engagement Manager, Samara Crawford Herrera. Kansas City Federation of Teachers and School-Related Personnel, President Andrea Flenders. Assistant Superintendent for Curriculum Instruction and Professional Development, Dr. Trinity Davis. Assistant Superintendent for School Leadership, Dr. Anthony Lewis. Director of Mental Health Services, Molly Tickner. The 2017 KCPS Teacher of the Year, Derek Wiggins. And James Elementary School Principal, Dr. Mary Bachacora. I want to take this opportunity to thank all of you with a round of applause. Thank you. I also want to take this opportunity to thank our sponsors. KCPS cannot achieve its desired ends without the help of our partners and supporters from across the community. And tonight's banquet was definitely made possible with the assistance of the following folks. So as I call your company, please stand. They're all located in this area. The KCPS Education Foundation, Jostens, Principals Connect, The Cause Church, Pomeroy, and the Cellar and Loft Wine, Beer and Spirits Club in Kearney, Missouri. Please join me in giving them a round of applause. Thank you all. And at this time, please welcome Kansas City Public Schools Board of Directors Treasurer, Mr. Matthew Oates.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Matthew Oates. I currently serve as your treasurer on the Kansas City Public Schools Board of Directors. At this time, I'd like to acknowledge our board members who are in attendance today. First, we have Ms. Patty Manser, our vice chair, and we have Jennifer Wolfsey, a board member at large. On behalf of the board, I'd like to extend our congrats to all the winners who are here tonight. Your dedication to this profession has a great impact on this district, but most importantly on our students. I know this personally because I'm a graduate of Kansas City Public Schools, so I know that. I attended Knott's Elementary, graduated from Paseo Academy. There we go. An excellent education is every child getting what they need to be successful, and no one knows that better than our teachers. Quick personal story, I remember my teacher who instilled that into me early on. Believe it or not, in 5th grade, I got my first ever D. And I say my first ever D because I majored in engineering, and in engineering, you got to get comfortable with a few Ds here and there. So I got that first D, and I got it actually in behavior, and so I think that's, you know. And so my 5th grade teacher, Ms. Smith, gave it to me, and when I got my report card, I was just in tears, you know. I complained to my mom, I complained to my teacher, but Ms. Smith wasn't going to budge. Through that point, through school, I had kind of been able to coast through. I made good grades, generally well-behaved, you know, kind of Huxtable kid, you know, if that was in there. But I just kind of went with the flow. Like I never had an opinion on everything, never stepped up for anything. And for Ms. Smith, she found that offensive, right? And so she gave me that D because she wanted me to lead. And so when I, you know, fought back with her, she said, here's what we'll do. I want you to take this book home and read it. And that book turned out to be Animal Farm. And so I read it, and I did not get the lesson about the ills of Stalinism or anything about that. It was more about the dangers in not leading and following things blindly and just going with the flow. You see, great teachers know how to meet each student's need. And then they go and they address those needs, and they don't settle for just mere compliance with school standards or district standards. They see what's needed, and they set a high bar for every student. Each of you teachers here today were selected by your peers because you go above and beyond for your students. You engage your students in ways that will make them remember your classroom lessons and the life lessons you teach them for a long time. A few years ago, I ran into Ms. Smith at the Royals game. She actually had won the award for the Buck O'Neill Award, seat award winning seat. And so I was there entertaining clients for my job. And so I just immediately hopped up, jumped 2 rows down, and you know, I had to go say hi to her and thank her. And so I approached her, and I wasn't sure if she's gonna remember me because that was 20 years ago at that point. And she looked up at me and goes, Matthew Oates, and you know, and we hugged, and we were really happy to see each other. And I told her why I was there, and she looked at me, and then her face got real tight, and she was like, "You're still being a leader, right?" And it's like, yeah, Ms. Smith, I am. And so, you know, I just kind of laughed, and I was thinking about that story because I was like, I guess with great teachers, the lesson never really ends, right? The classroom is always in session. And so for you all, again, congrats on your accomplishments, and thank you all for all the work that you've done for our kids in our district.
We also have Natalie Lewis in the house back here. There you go, board member. So thank you, Mr. Oates. At this time, please turn your attention to the screen for a video portrait of our 3 Principal of the Year finalists.
I believe that it's the job of the principal to set the tone of the environment. We have to make sure that we are here for the kids. We are here to make sure that we do everything for them to be successful.
We both started together 5 years ago and really truly transformed the school culture, the climate, by putting teachers and students first.
He has a true love for the children here at Whittier and the children in this community. He really strived to make sure that the children knew that he genuinely cared about them and that he loved them.
Well, I had him at Whittier, so he real cool. Like, he a cool principal. He never, like, he wants to see you succeed in life.
The first time I met him was at the district soccer game. He had just got hired, he came in and he's like, so you're the athletic director, I want to work with you. And before I got home that night, he was already texting me about what can we do to help our athletes, to help our programs. And from the time he's gotten here to now, he has worked with all our athletes.
Everyone comes in feeling excited and refreshed because we have enough support, but not too much like we're being told what to do all the time. He wants everyone to teach with their own flair, and I feel like he picks out the best pieces of every teacher and tries to have them grow with that.
I had gotten into a car wreck, and so he reached out to my mom, and he came up to the hospital actually unexpectedly, and gave us get wills and stuff. So that touched me.
He stands out front at the front door, greets them as they come in the building. He's always walking the hallways, talking to the students. Hey, how's everything going? What do you need? How can I help you? What you working on this week? He is always constantly interacting with the students.
He knows me on a whole different level that no other teacher or principal has ever known me.
He really truly set us up to be successful so that it wasn't just while he was here, but even as he has left.
We have to do everything to make sure that the students understand what's being taught, why they're being taught, and give them a purpose. The ultimate goal, you can ask any student at Whittier, what are you here to do? And they'll tell you learn. I come to East High School and I want them to know the purpose here at the high school level is to have a good life. We have to do whatever we can to prepare them for a good life.
If you want to talk about old school, Dr. Kurtz is the person that has the house that all the kids go to. They know there's safety, they know there's love, they know they learn different things. Even the parents, that's the house you go to.
Every kid she treats very special, and so it feels like that grandma that you miss or that you have readily available here at school. So she provides a very nurturing and loving environment for all of the kids.
When some kids don't have the money to purchase for field trips, she puts her money in to help them go on the field trip.
She always says, Hartman has the what? Best kids in the nation.
She helps us out when we get in certain situations.
I have several students that ask every day, can I go stop by Dr. Kirksey's office? Because they know they're gonna get that motherly love, that grandma love from her. She's going to be super proud of them with anything that they do, and she is super proud of all of her staff and students within the building.
She makes me feel like I'm supposed to be here.
I went to school in Pittsburgh, Kansas, and I lived in Kansas City, Kansas, on 5th Street, and my mom was a beautician. She did the hair of the teachers in the neighborhood. And so one teacher said to my mom when she was finishing her, she said, Kirksey said, don't let baby sister go to a teacher in Kansas City, Kansas. Said, send her to Kansas City, Missouri. So my mom asked her the question, why? And she said, let me tell you, Kansas City, Kansas pays $5,100 for beginning teachers, and Kansas City, Missouri pays $5,125. That's how I got to Kansas City, Missouri, because my mom said, you get on that bus and you're going to teach in Kansas City, Missouri. And I've been here ever since. This is my 51st year. So you see, I never left.
I really value servant leadership and that I'm a part of everything we do. So if a toilet needs fixed one day, I'll try to fix it, or trash taken out, or reading with a group of students. Again, whatever that needs to be to make sure our school is successful, that's how I view my role.
She was a big part in opening this school. When we opened 4 years ago, we just had kind of a grassroots movement by the parents, and she really worked with the parents to give them the school that they wanted and what they wanted to see for the vision.
She makes hell cook. She's very passionate. You can tell that she loves hell cook, and she loves her staff, and she loves her student. She cares about us.
She's like the best person to me. She's like a mom principal to me because she's the best.
With Miss Lynch, she came outside with us and she played basketball.
So whenever there's things going on in the school that are hard to get through or challenges, she finds a way to make it, let everyone work it out, keep it together, and let's find a way to fix it. And it kind of is contagious, whereas the staff helps each other when they have an issue in their room and vice versa. So she really fosters that environment of all of us taking care of each other's classrooms, not just our own.
My family's from St. Louis, her family's from Kansas. Neither one of us have like a lot of family that lives here, and like she's kind of like our mom away from home. Like we go to her for a lot of things that I know a lot of people don't go to the principal for, like personal stuff. And
Miss Lynch provides for us and she makes us feel like we at home.
I just don't think that this school would be what it is without Julie Lynch. She is the pillar of the school, and she is the center of it all.
Best principal ever, no one can forget. Vote for Miss Lynch. Go vote for Miss Lynch. Best principal ever.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome KCPS Deputy Superintendent, Dr. Marla Shepard.
Good evening, everyone. So when we think about principal leadership, according to the idea of transformational leadership, an effective leader is a person who does the following: creates an inspiring vision of the future, motivates and inspires people to engage with that vision, manages delivery of the vision, coaches and builds a team so that it's more effective at achieving the vision. Leadership brings together the skills needed to do these things. We'll look at each principle, and I think you will see that each one of these principles has demonstrated these skills and abilities. The Principal of the Year Award recipient will receive $1,000 in a building grant. A personal trophy and a gift bag donated by the Cellar Loft Wines Club in Kearney, Missouri, and each of the runners-up will receive a $500 building grant and their own personal trophies and Cellar Loft gift bags, as Nicole has already demonstrated. Once again, we want to thank all of our sponsors for making this possible. Please welcome our 2018 Principal of the Year finalists to the stage. Our first finalist is East High School Principal Luis Hinojosa. And when we think about that inspiring leader, we can see that in all three of these. Hale Cook Elementary School Principal, Miss Julie Lynch. Come on down. And Hartman Elementary School Principal, Dr. Jesse Kirksey. Come on down. In the spirit of tonight's theme, Architects of Success, we've asked the talented students at Manual Career and Technical Center to showcase their science, technology, engineering, and math skills by using their student-built robot to deliver the envelopes with the names of the award recipients. Please give a round of applause at this time for the manual, career tech, robotic students who built and run the robot. May I get a drum roll, please? Our 2018 Principal of the Year is Mr. Luis Hinojosa.
Hold on. There you go.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Wow. When if you guys know me, I'm not at a loss for words, and up here I'm a little lost right now. I'm a little shocked. First thing I want to do here is this. I want to recognize Ms. Lynch and Ms. Kirksey, because in the last few years, there are two people that I would go to and bounce ideas off of. So to be up there with them, I'm honored, and that was good enough for me. There's several principals out here that I have reached out to. Doug White, primarily my mentor. First 2-3 years, I blew his phone up. Okay, I was blowing, and before I came to East, I was blowing his phone up. The brain power that we have here at East, or at KCPS, is unreal. And I think that's something that we got to make sure we take pride in, and we use each other more, as often as we can. Over at Whittier, I got to thank those teachers. I got to thank those students. If it wasn't for them, I would not be up here. And that's something that I'll always cherish and be thankful for, having that opportunity to be there. Other people I want to make sure I recognize as well is my family, my wife over there. Long hours, you know how that goes. And many times I've been on the phone leaving home to go to work, and I'm on the phone with people for work. I come home, I'm on the phone with people from work. At night, I'm texting, I'm calling. And so the patience that I have to have, and that they have to deal with me, I'm thankful for that. And then my dad's here to be able to see this with me, so that's something that was really meant something to me. One thing that I want to make sure we understand is we have awesome kids. We truly do in this district, and we got to make sure we unwrap every single one of those kids. And what I mean by that is they have talents they don't even know, and it's our job to make sure that they know what those talents are. A few years ago, I went and bought a vehicle, and this guy was looking at my application, and he said, KCPS? Oh, man, that's pretty rough, isn't it? And I said, no. Not at all. And I said, where your kids go to school? And he told me where they went. And I said, I tell you what, I said, I'll take my top 10 of my kids, and I'll bring them to your school. I guarantee you we'll give them a run for their money, if not beat them. And he giggled. And I said, well, you know what? If your kids beat us, I guarantee it, my top 10 could kick your top 10's butt. Okay? No doubt. I didn't get a call back. I'm not sure why not. But it's something that we got to make sure that we truly do. We take pride in these kids. And if we're not going to take that route and unwrap each kid, each student, and see what they can bring to the table, then we're doing them a disservice. We had an employer come by East, and I said, you know what you need to do? You need to make sure you go out and you look for college graduates, technical school graduates, kids that come from KCPS, because they're tough, they're dedicated, they're hardworking, and they're not going to put up with anything from anyone. So, guys, thank you very much, and we're on the rise, guys.
Yeah. All right, congratulations. The Kansas City Public Schools Education Foundation was founded on the belief that a new kind of organization is needed, one with a different philosophy and approach to the challenges in the legacy systems. We are simply connectors, helping KCPS address the sometimes competing interests of many stakeholders, while also embracing the unique tapestries, cultures, and language and belief systems and socioeconomic backgrounds of our students. The vision is simple: to be the trusted partner for securing resources and engaging the community in support of education in Kansas City Public Schools. As you will see in the following video, one of the greatest joys for the foundation is to walk into classrooms and surprise teachers with classroom grants. So here's a nice excitement for you. The foundation is honored to serve the teachers and staff of Kansas City Public Schools, and we are honored to sponsor this event tonight. And I will let all of you know, if the spirit of giving does fall upon you this evening, my treasurer is at this table over here, and we do take cash, check, and charge, all going towards the students of Kansas City Public Schools. And at this time, we're going to transition and have our wonderful, and might I add, he was named the new Superintendent of the Year, I believe, Superintendent Mark T. Bedell.
Well, I just thank you, and I just want to say to each of you, I feel the same way that Mr. Henner-Holzer and the other principals feel, that the award that I did receive is based on the work that you all have bought into. And it's just that simple. You don't get awards when you don't have a staff that buys into the vision and believes that the impossible can be done. And what I want to simply share with every single one of you is that the impossible is being done. And it's being done by a lot of the wonderful educators who are in this room today. And then most importantly, those educators who are being supported by family members, loved ones, and then also our community who has stepped up to say that we're going to make a difference. And so I really actually want to give all of you a round of applause, because you guys have done a great job. I don't have a long speech, and that's on purpose, because I try to treat this like a commencement. When we have commencements, we don't need to talk a lot, man. At the end of the day, people want to get their awards and they want to go celebrate, and so I totally understand that. But here's what I will ask of you all that are in here today that have been selected as the Teacher of the Year for your respective campuses. When we talk about scaffolding and when we think about the next generation of teachers that are coming down the pipeline, this is where we need all of you. We need every single one of you to help build up this new generation of teachers. And we know that if you all can embrace these youngsters who are coming in, and I could tell you, I was a scared second grade teacher back in 2000, and I had 28 little kids in the classroom that I knew I had a huge responsibility for. Had it not been for my mentor teacher and several veteran teachers that found a way to get me involved, to help ease my anxiety and taught me the ways of what good teaching looks like, I wouldn't be here as a superintendent. And so what I share with all of you is that you all have a gift. You have a gift that goes far above and beyond just working with kids. Because here's what happened. Your peers selected you. Your peers thought that you were somebody that was worthy of receiving this award because they see a lot more in you. You do that. You give back. You go above and beyond. You're more than a teacher. Many of you are advocates for our kids, sponsors, coaches. You stay after, you tutor. You simply care. Some of you actually are mentors in here. And so what I want to say to you is as we think about this next generation of teachers that will be a part of this system and will be a part of what I believe the legacy that we're building here as a school system to take this school district to becoming a fully accredited school system, you all will play a major role in ensuring that we get people in here that will buy in, that will eliminate the biases. And when I say that, we all have implicit bias, but being able to help them control those implicit biases so we can do more for our kids, we can respect our kids based on the way that they show up, and we can figure out how we can better support them while also doing our job as educators to ensure that they leave out of this school system a much smarter and a much more well-prepared student than they were before they ever entered our doors. So for that, I want to say thank you. I congratulate every single one of you who have been selected as a Teacher of the Year, and we just know that the best days are simply ahead of us. Thank you.
All right, and at this time, we're going to recognize our School Teachers of the Year. As I call each name, I ask that each person please make your way up to the ramp, then to the stage where you will shake Dr. Bedell's hand as he walks back over here. We're going to have you shake Dr. Bedell's hand here. He's good at taking directions. This is good. And then you will also receive a special crystal apple in recognition of your work here. And we're going to have you stand on the stage and take a wonderful group picture and let this lovely crowd honor you. So, our first, and we have theme music as you walk up here. Our first teacher is from African Center Preparatory Academy, Trina Tresbont. Yep, come up. Our second teacher is going to be from Benjamin Banneker Elementary, Latanya Handy. From Border Star Elementary, Melissa Lance-Hankey. To Dr. Bedell. You can scoot behind me. From Carver Dual Language, Providence Rivera. From Central Academy of Excellence, Osmond Fisher. From Central Middle School, Arjun Ravindran. From East High School, Mary Meyer. From Faxon Elementary, Regina Burnside. From Foreign Language Academy, Erica Walton Nunez. From Garcia Elementary, Terry Emmons. From Garfield Elementary, Tina Duval. From Gladstone Elementary, Lindsay Dumont. From Hale Cook Elementary, Jasmine Ramanj Mayatawa. I apologize. From Hartman Elementary, Linda Luckett. From Holiday Montessori, Martha Dean. From James Elementary, Eloise Jenkins. King Elementary, Constance Powell. Lincoln College Preparatory Academy, Suzanne Kaiser. From Longfellow Elementary, Lindsay Lopez. From Manual Career and Technical Center, Harold Smith Jr. From Melcher Elementary, Sandra Dixon. From Northeast High School, Michelle Muller. From Northeast Middle School, Catherine Burns. From Paseo Academy of Fine and Performing Arts, Sherry Yoder. From Phillips Elementary, Joyce Neal. From Pitcher Elementary, Felicia Bell. Richardson Early Learning Community, Cheryl Fisher. From Rogers Elementary, Megan Catherine. From Southeast High School, Kristen Collins. From Success Academy in Anderson, Sparkle James. Pictures after, so don't worry, family, if you didn't get it, we will do it afterwards again. Thank you all so much. You may be seated. You're good. Nope, you're good. Congratulations.
I had to take the elderly rap.
That's okay. Part of what it means to be an architect of success is giving every student an opportunity to express themselves in a fun and creative way. We are building their sense of identity and reinforcing pride in the best sense of the word. Here to represent that part of our mission, please welcome the Gladstone Elementary School Mexican Dance Troupe. Thank you, Gladstone Elementary.
Y divided by X. That's the same as rise over run. And I'm expecting...
My name is Arjun Ravindran, and I'm an 8th grade math and Algebra 1 teacher at Central Middle School. I get so much out of this work. It's not just about what happens in the classroom. It's about building relationships with students, being happy at your job because my students make me laugh, they make me think, sometimes make me cry, but I end the day with a smile on my face because I know that I'm making an impact.
What I think about Mr. R, he's a good teacher. He teaches students what they need to know. He gets them prepared for high school, college, and all of that. Quadratics is pretty challenging for me because I still don't fully understand it. And so Mr. R, he takes the time out to help me here and there so I can understand quadratics so I can get ready for the EOC.
He's going to teach you a lot, and he's going to make sure you get the full understanding so that we all can be in one accord and all on the same page and to help you personally.
I've been working with Mr. Ravindran for 2 years now. He is a wonderful teacher. He teaches these students the skills that they need to be successful in life. His interactions with the students, he's very personable with them. So he talks to them to see how they're doing. He asks them how their day is.
First of all, this being my first year here at Central, I was really impressed from what I read up in regards to Mr. Ravindran, that he was a finalist last year, runner-up actually, I believe. But he never let it stop his drive and his intensity in the class. Has a great rapport with the students, and it's almost as if that's just kind of an afterthought.
After 5 years at Central, the need from the beginning was pretty clear. The honor students, the top students at Central, were not getting the recognition that they deserve, and there's so many really high-achieving students at our schools. So I thought that implementing National Honor Society and National Junior Honor Society would be a really proactive step towards helping them climb the ladder of success. They can use it as a springboard, rather, to go to the next level, to make themselves more competitive on a collegiate stage.
Mr. R was very consistent and adamant in regards to this being an opportunity for the students. There was a fee associated with it, and what he did, he used his prize or reward money from the Teacher of the Year ceremony last year, and I like to say invested and paid the registration fees for the National Junior Honor Society here at Central Middle. Don't know if it plays a part, but even in the midst of his dedication and keeping the National Junior Honor Society running, keeping the instruction fun and engaging, he also this year got married.
I feel like he needs to be the KCPS Teacher of the Year because he goes above and beyond for these students.
Mr. R should be the Teacher of the Year because of his energy, his personality, and the way he teaches.
He's just a good teacher all overall. One of my favorite teachers.
I want to lead by example and push my colleagues to improve their craft, to push my students to achieve their dreams. And I want to continue to push myself. I know that I'm not the best teacher in the world and I'm not the most amazing guy, but I want to continue to improve because I believe that's what my students deserve.
All right! All right!
At its best, the relationship between a student and a teacher is unique and powerful. The teacher sees potential and uses his or her own experience in education to explore how to connect best to their students, to help create that aha moment, the moment of enlightenment, the moment of attainment. This in turn feeds energy and focus back into the teacher, like an infusion of electricity. Over time, this relationship can become a dance between teacher and student, where students push back and they help each other grow and achieve. Every teacher has that moment when he or she realizes that their best students are also their best teachers. As the student learns, so does the teacher. In that spirit, please welcome Paseo Academy of Performing Arts Teacher of the Year, Sherry Yoder, and her student, Kale Washington.
honor of the season that comes and goes, the one we might have for a couple days, and then might be we are going to play a piece for you tonight called Springtime.
The talent is limitless in Kansas City Public Schools, my friends. And again, I would like to bring to the stage at the right time our 2017, no, just kidding, another video.
The common theme behind most students, what they say, you will learn when you go into a classroom.
I personally think English is probably one of the most hardest subjects to teach, and she does a really good job of it.
She's very innovative and creative, but she's always very much on point, and the students seem to really love that.
One time I was feeling like really bad, and I kind of like broke down in class, and she came to talk to me, and she like got me water and calmed me down and was like, "Are you okay?" And even though it was her planning period and she had probably a bunch of stuff to do, she went like personally went to my next hour teacher and told her that I was in her room, and basically just calmed me down and talked to me and told me that everything was going to be okay.
When my grades started to fail, she actually spent time and talked to me, tried to find out things that would get my grade up.
She wrote a book this year, which I think really set her apart from anyone else, and the book was about her students. about their experiences, what they thought about school.
One morning, I threw my lesson plan out the window and I typed up really fast what I wish. It was something like, life is really hard and nobody gets it, and I really wish my teacher knew, whatever, fill in the blank. And I framed it as a timed writing exercise because obviously they still need to practice writing for extended periods of time and cohesively. So I framed it as that, and that's how I justified it. But really it was just because I felt like I don't know them, and how am I going to connect with them if I don't know who you are? And have I ever taken a second to sit down and ask you who you are?
It gave us a chance for her to know what we needed to know about her, and so she can know something about us and we can work together.
Each class sat down and wrote for 30 minutes, and then I took it home and was floored by how much they trusted me with. I spent that weekend just reading, and I responded to every single one of them personally. The book started as a way for me to keep them because they were special to me. And so I asked the kids for their permission if I could put them all together, if I removed all their identifying information, and then I just added an introduction and a conclusion at the end. I think whoever reads it will get something different from it because it's full of stories of these kids, and so I don't know what specifically will speak to each person. I think on the whole, the thing that I want people to know, or at least my purpose, was these kids are just desperate to be known and to be heard.
She really teaches at a college level, and I think the kids really appreciate that because she shows them nothing but love and respect for their intellect.
A good teacher has to be able to give kids hope. Kids need to know that there's a reason, there's something to strive for, and I feel like when we as teachers lose hope and get discouraged, the kids see that. A lot of them are coming to us from environments that don't have a lot of hope, and so I feel like it's my job to offer that to them and to carry it for them until they're able to carry it themselves.
Fighting for it all your life. You've been struggling to make things right. That's how a superhero learns to fly.
And now, please welcome your 2017 KCPS Teacher of the Year and Carver Dual Language Elementary Faculty Member, Mr. Derek Wiggins.
I almost made it up here 3 times. So, I think it's really suiting that our theme for tonight is Architects of Success, because any architect that does its job can do so simply because of the knowledge of the people who came before them. And every teacher who is in here is able to be a teacher because of the teachers who came here before them. Our success is always dependent on each other, and that is always true still today as it was in the past. The success of our students depends as much as ever on our ability to work together and work for them. It's very exciting to see all of our finalists here tonight and all of our Kansas City Public Schools Teachers of the Years and Principals of the Year. It makes it a very inspiring place to be and reminds me of why Kansas City is such a fantastic place to be. Now, I would like the 2018 KCPS Teacher of the Year finalists to please join me on stage. Gladstone Elementary School teacher, Lindsay Dumalt. Yeah, well, I guess you. Any way you like, I don't care. Central Middle School teacher, Arjun Ravinjan. Glad you guys sorted it out yourselves. And Northeast Middle School teacher, Michelle Mueller. The Teacher of the Year Award recipient will receive a $5,000 instructional grant, the traveling trophy for their school, a personal trophy, a customized ring, and their name permanently added to the plaque at the KCPS Board of Education building. The runners-up will each receive a $1,000 instructional grant and a personal trophy. All 3 teachers will also enjoy gift bags donated by Seller and Loft. Thank you again to all of our sponsors for making these awards and prizes possible. All right, I think the robot is going to deliver another prize. madam. Are we doing drum roll? Someone really glued this shut. 1 second. All right. And the 2018 Kansas City Public School Teacher of the Year is Arjun Ravinjan. Oh, you my man.
Thank you all so much. This is an incredible honor, and I am absolutely humbled to be named the Kansas City Public Schools Teacher of the Year for 2018. I wouldn't be up here without the support of so many people, both in my personal life and professionally. So I just want to thank my family so much from the bottom of my heart, my wife for being here. I want to thank my staff, all the people I've worked with. There are literally too many people to name right now. But the people I've had the privilege to work alongside are true professionals who sacrifice day in and day out, year after year for our kids. And like me, none of those teachers and none of you in here are doing this for awards. Nobody ever said, I want my name in lights. I'll be a teacher. No. We all do this work for the love of children. We do it for our kids in our classrooms. We do it for the opportunity to imprint strong values, to instill in them resilience and ingenuity, to guide them, to nurture their talents, to challenge them, to pick them up and dust them off when they fall, and encourage them to give it another try. I still remember my first day at Central High. My first period class saw me, and I don't think they knew what they were looking at. A new teacher, a new classmate. But now, fast forward 5 years, and next month, those same kids, my first class of 8th graders, will graduate from Central High School. I taught them when they were kids, but now they've grown up and they're headed off to college, headed off to the military, their careers, and the rest of their lives, and that is why we do it. Being a positive influence on these kids, the future leaders of our country, is greater validation than any reward any of us could receive. Last year, I was a finalist for this award, and when I got the news that I was a finalist then, I paused for a moment of reflection. I was proud of myself and the work that I'd put in. But looking at the accomplishments of my co-finalists and my friend Derek, I realized that my work was only just beginning. I spent my summer asking myself tough questions. Chief among them was, what more could I be doing? I asked, how do we fairly allocate too few resources to too many children? And likewise, how are teachers around the country paid so little for giving so much of themselves? What can we do to transform our students into stakeholders and leaders within our community? How do we ensure that our highest achieving students receive the recognition and opportunity they deserve? I spent the year working, trying to answer these questions. Through mine and my colleagues' hard work, we were able to bring National Honor Society to our school, an organization which provides students with the resources and support to engage in service projects to start to plan for the future. And while we've made great progress, there's still a long road ahead. Sometimes, this career that we've all chosen makes me feel like my best, my everything, isn't enough. The resources are few and the needs are so many. But this year, I have learned that when we reject that cynicism, when we seek instead to get a little better with each passing day, to make our students a little better with each day, we can truly achieve great things. I often tell my students that meaningful change starts with me and ends with we. In that spirit, as your Teacher of the Year, I challenge you to look within yourself and ask that simple, daunting, and essential question: what more could I be doing? Show your colleagues, show your community, and your students that you are invested. They will respond. They will rise to the challenge. Use your voice and your platform to make your school a better place to teach and to learn. Be creative. Don't be afraid to do something big, because our country needs you to do so. Our city needs you to. Your schools need you. And above all else, our kids need you. Now, let's get this done.
All right, please join me in a round of applause one more time for our KCPS Teacher of the Year, KCPS Principal of the Year, and all of tonight's school honorees. I also want to reiterate our gratitude for all of tonight's sponsors: the KCPS Education Foundation, Jostens, Principals Connect, the Cause Church, Cellar Loft, and Pomeroy. This does, my friends, conclude tonight's program. Before we close, we are requesting that if you were a Teacher of the Year honoree, Teacher of the Year for your school, Teacher of the Year or Principal of the Year nominee, part of the KCPS Board of Directors, KCPS Education Foundation, anybody in Dr. Bedell's cabinet, to stay and come up to the front so we can take pictures with all of you all before we go. Now, thank you again for being a part of this amazing celebration. As architects of success, sometimes we do get lost in the details of making sure every piece is designed right and placed correctly. Sometimes we need to step back from the drafting table, connect with our colleagues, and remember that we are part of a great and important venture. What we are doing is enormous. Together, we are constructing the future of our students, neighborhoods, and Kansas City. Each of you was selected as a part of that crew because you have the talent, the training, and the grit to get it done. We have a great commission, we have a great team, we are a great Kansas City Public Schools, and my friends, we are built for this. Have a good night.